Hi, my name's Irrelevant, and today we have a Gibson ES39D in the shop for a setup and a reported electrical problem. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is see if I can figure out what problem he was reporting. It'd be nice if I thought to brought a pick with me. I got a little ampy amp here off camera. Kind of give a little pluggy plug. Let's see what I play. I'm picking up a lot of buzz here. Now, mind you, I got a lot going on in this room electronic-wise, as you can imagine. He was reporting that he had electrical glitches, and then he had to stick his finger into the F hole to kind of sort it out. So far, it's behaving. Man, this thing feels foreign to me. If you look, this thing has lived. Look at all the shmoo and the rust. He bought this thing new and, well, he's put a lot of miles on it, so you can see that's kind of reflecting in the finish. Definitely a lot of miles. His band is one of those power violence likes to make a mess of things just for fun bands, so he's reported that individuals have in fact spilled beer inside the guitar. I guess that's a risk you take when you have F-holes, right? Wondering if I can take a look inside of this thing. Even though it's probably a tall order. Let's do a little bit of spelunking. See if we can see what's going on inside of there. Doesn't appear to be, like, it's going to be hard to tell the quality of the electrical connections with this little scope. Oh, I've seen this before. A PCB. How in the heck would they get a whole PCB inside of an F-hole guitar? Unless they install it before... Look at that, circuit board. Maybe that can be finagled out of the F-hole. But here, we are seeing quick disconnects. This is something that Gibson started doing, I don't know when, but it's unnatural. And I wonder if the quality of those connections could be compromised. There's another quick disconnect right there. That looks okay. We can kind of see the back of the selector switch here. What are we seeing here? Oh, a little operator pushes it back and forth. That's how the switch works. It pushes the contacts away from each other, not together. It seems the mid position could be somewhat compromised, but otherwise, it looks fine. What's this guy here? This guy looks sketchy. What's that over there? Shard of wood. There's a black wire. I think that's the bridge ground. Probably. That looks ugly right there. Unfortunately, I can't really tell anything from here. Gonna have to give it an old manual look-see. Looks like there's a piece of bare metal wire going through this. Oh yeah, the bridge wire. Where is it? Why is it going up there? Wow, not sure where to start here. Wow, kind of know what I should do. It's just the whole initiation process is a bit rough because you know once you dig into this thing, you're gonna be in there a while. Alright, okay, just a little kiss. Gotta carefully work these knobs off. There we go. Anything here loose? Nothing here is loose. That's not loose. Oh, we gotta take these strings down, don't we? Because I need to get under that pickup. Now, sometimes you don't always have to take the strings right off. Let's take this bridge out. Try not to, ooh, those are loose. Try not to lose the settings. There's just enough tension I can't get the tailpiece to go, sir. Come on, you, loosened up. I'm trying to cheat the system here, and it's not working. The only thing still clean on this guitar is the headstock, which is out of frame, so it's not like you can see it. There we go. Set that aside. Oh boy. We got some grimy screws here. Oh, Well, these guys are just ripe. Das ripe. Das ripe. I don't know, I'm gonna have to choose whether or not I'm gonna actually clean this thing up for him and then price that accordingly. I don't know. Some people see this kind of thing as like war wounds, badges of honor. It's like, yes, my beautiful Gibson guitar. Look how rusty and worn out it is. That's how much I play. And yeah, to the best of my knowledge, this is Buddy's main axe, and they gigged regularly before the whole COVID thing. Oh, look at that. We've got a big open pickup area. That's gonna make getting in and out of this thing a heck of a lot easier. And then they use this this solid metal bar here to kind of hold these wires in place. We got 2 grounds coming off this wood. Okay, riddle me this. Why would they ground wood? Yeah, why wouldn't they go direct from the bridge to one of the grounds? Why would they bother making a loop here and we're gonna ground that wood? Yeah. So these pots are gonna be difficult to get back into place if I pull them. Well, you know what we gotta do here. It's strange, of all the implements I have available to me, I do not have just regular string, but I do have this pretty pink yarn. Pretty pink yarn, sir. Alright, so this is a careful operation, and I can't find my pliers I would normally use to work on this. So, very gently now, without scratching the finish. Yet, like, not like that. Okay. On the bright side, it pinched my finger meat instead of scratching the finish, even though I don't know how much he would actually mind. It's no excuse to do it, though. Alright. Let's see what we have here. Inspect the wiring. This wiring all looks good. And this switch looks good. I see no problem here. Unless those contacts are just dirty, we are seeing a little bit of surface corrosion here. Let's move on to a potentiometer here. Not much to hang up on. Yeah, that's something that's gonna be asking for trouble. I just knotted my yarn. We're just gonna have to put it on tight and hope for the best. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Oh yeah, the PCB isn't gonna let me take these pots out. We're chasing dragons here, bod. So those will both come out together. And assuming there was a way to get them in there, then that means there's a way to get them out of there. Because I don't believe that they installed those electronics before. And I think it's a case of it comes out through the pickup hole here. Okay, I think it's hung up on the input jack now. Most likely hung up on the input jack. How do you tie a knot to an input jack? Actually, you know what? Going in through this F-hole, I might be able to get more information. Or going in through the pickup hole, I should say. Okay, no, stay on. Stay on, yeah. Now, you stay put, and let me bend this where I need it to go. Up, 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 up. I'm not gonna lie, people, goosenecks are not all they're cracked up to be. But then I suppose if they were more cooperative, they wouldn't have named them after geese, would they? So that's the back of the jack there. And you see, we have this, that bundle of wire. That, of course, because, you know, goose, I can't aim at. There it is. I feel like that likely happened because it got all twisted up when they installed it. It's probably fine, but in order to get the electronics out, that has to come out. And if we loosen up that jack, it's not getting back in there. Now, one of these days, if I can set up this shot the way I need to. There. This thing makes me think of kittens. Now, one question on my mind is if I can carefully fish this bit of yarn through here, like that. Oh, this is a crazy perspective to work at. It's like we're getting surgical here, bud, but I can't rightly see which way is up on this dumb little screen. It's like I think I got that lined up the way I want to, and then I stick in my pin and it all goes to hell. Or does it? Come on. This would be all done by now if I wasn't looking at it upside down and backwards. Oh, you know, you just had it like that. Just like that. Come on. Come on, pupper. Oh, so disorienting. So disorienting. I literally cannot find the direction I want to go in. Ah, I'm back to square one. All right. However, It's like I just want to do the same thing on the other side. Like this. Come on. Come on. Come on. There. Alright, I've ensnared the jack. Now I can take it out and be able to get it back in. Oh, what do you want? To be able to get it back in things award? You know, I could probably use wrenches on these ones. So this should all come loose now and likely pull out through this pickup port. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a little bit of entanglement. Not quite the quantum kind, unfortunately. So maybe that would be a worse deal right about now. Alright, here it comes. Hopefully I made all my yarns long enough. Buddy's guitar's given birth. Okay, so there's our electrical cluster. There's a twist-a-mish thing. And let's get more protective coverings down, because this is going to start getting chaotic here. Look at all these colors. I'm sure when Buddy sees this video, he's going to appreciate all these colors. So we got a bit of fray here, which is intentional, because this is shielded cabling, and it's grounded here. And shielded cabling, you only really need to ground it on one end. If you ground it on both ends, you can cause ground loops. The thing is, they made this all like quick disconnect. I said they made this all quick disconnect, or not. Wow, that's the crappiest quick disconnect in the world. Instead of unplugging from the plug, it just pulled the whole assembly off the board. Okay, fortunately it's not like significantly damaged. That's just gonna slip right back on, but or you know what? Quick disconnect isn't the term I'm looking for here. Being able to plug it is. These connections look good. Little micro connectors. Here's another one that's probably gonna rip off the board. Oh, there it goes. Well, that's the funny thing we're seeing here, because I don't really see so far any electrical faults. Unless there's some combination of that bare wire that was going through there was touching and grounding out one of the exposed electrical contacts. That's the only thing I can think of that was might have been going wrong in here. The neck pickup has an extension wire. That's not going to cause fault. And then of course this is that bridge ground wire. Is that a little piece of Pitaman there? There's a little weird tuft here. No, it's nothing. I'm gonna do a little bridge continuity check here. One of these bridge mounts is going to ground out some way somehow. Could be this one. Yeah, there it is. And going from the bridge screw to the very low impedance, so he hasn't got a grounding problem with the bridge. Well, you seen it here, folks. Cannot find a connection issue. Everything looks good. Now, mind you, there's so much going on here with all these little weird, like, tiny wires. There very well could be a connection issue. And you wouldn't notice it because it's, like, so hidden. Now, we're going to temporarily unsnare this. Plug it back into the amp. See, if we're on the neck pickup and we give it a wiggle here, it's silent. Okay, well, I don't see why wires would be damaged inside of there. And it is so damn difficult to test this with these little tiny connectors. Basically gotta play a game of spot the coil, bud. Set this into the kilo ohms and not those two, not those two, not those two, not those two. Oh, 4,000. Okay, give me more sensitivity here and oh, this is gonna work real well. Real well, bud. Oh, what was that? Was that just me slipping with the probes, or was that an actual electrical fault? No, I think that was a false positive. I cannot simulate, duplicate, exfoliate an electrical problem. Now, the only thing we can do is jam into the jack hole. Now start giving her a wiggle. Again, looking at the meter. We have 8K on the meter for a pickup, and in the center 4K, that makes sense. And this 8K. Now you see an impedance change when I move the pickup around, but that's because I'm kind of lightly tapping it against the frets here. So it's picking up because it's a pickup and pickups pick up, and when something metal passes by them, they're gonna put out a signal causing that impedance change. But as it stands right now, I can't find an electrical problem with this, which is disappointing, but not. You know, on one hand, it's like, well, he reported an electrical problem and I can't find an electrical problem. On the other hand, well, that's good because it means there's no problem. All right, so I was just talking to Buddy on the line, and he said specifically the problem kicks in with the neck pickup. So let's explore that a little bit more. I've hooked the meter right up to the main output jack. That should allow me to, you know, finagling these wires, track down any issues. So, you know, let's switch to the neck pickup. So that's obviously the bridge switch position. This must be the neck switch position here. So if we, yep, fussing with these wires. Now I see a little kink in this ground wire, but it doesn't look like it could touch anything else. Same with this one. What about the switch? You know, the contact on the switch looks just a little bit more bent out of shape. Like maybe it could be cleaned up and straightened out a bit. You know, I think I am seeing a bit of corrosion on there. Yeah, the bridge position's a bit cleaner. Let's clean on that. Just got a little bit of fussy paper through there. Or not. Come on now, bud. Come on. See how it looks now? It looks clean there now, yes? Might as well clean the other side while we're in here. Yeah, a little bit, just a touch bent out of shape, just to say maybe if we, mind you, these contacts are so fine to begin with. All right. I do believe I've managed to improve the connectivity. Like the contacts were kind of touching like this. I kind of made them so that they touch a little bit flatter. Needs a bit more, a little bit more. There we go. That looks good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and do some squirty cleany all around. These connectors, they touch entirely too close together. Like the clip that holds on the jack here kind of doesn't really clear one of the pickup connectors. Again, double checking, all the connections look solid. Like, how about the solder joints? Oh, they're so small, if you blink you miss them. Yeah, I can't say that I really see anything wrong with these solder joints. The ones for the pickups are tiny though. Like they don't really instill confidence, but I guess if it works, it works. The only thing I can think of happening was that solid wire going through there maybe was touching. I'm gonna try to put this back together now anyway. We can test on it some more once I have proper guitar signal going through it, and then see what happens. That's assuming we can get this back all in there. I want to pull this one first. Or, you know what? Where's that solid copper wire? It's right around there. So we're just gonna make sure it's not touching anything after. Ugh. Quite possible that PCB is actually making our job easier. I might got something twistimacated in there. Where's the Dunlop Stick 65? I'd have to charge them double if you expect me to get all the rust off this thing here. I think you know it. Let's just give this a little cleaning here before I put the jack back through. Everything about this is friggin' rust. But internally it's fine. He was worried because apparently beer has been spilt into the guitar before. Which I guess if some of that splashed on the pickup switch contacts, because it is the closest to the F-hole, it's entirely possible maybe some schmooze just on it. Just needed a cleaning. All right, let's see if we can get these pots back into place. Oh, we lost one. Oh boy. Well, fortunately, they're stuck together on the same PCB, so you can kind of use one to leverage the other end, like that. Oh, we're forgetting to wipe it down. And this other one, there's like rust baked in to the finish at this point. All right, that's 2 pots. Get our little kitten string off here. All right, now this jack. Oh, okay, I'm wondering why the jack's not poking all the way through, but it has like a kind of recessed ring here, so it goes down. And again, let's give it a wipe down. Now this thing, fortunately I can hold it into place from behind so it doesn't spin away on me. You know what just occurred to me? A PAF pickup is a pickup. PAF stands for patent applied for. And that was how many decades ago? Didn't that patent pass yet? Wait, what way is this switch supposed to be? It's got to be like this. Now before I start securing these around, let's go take a look inside of them again. See that everything is kind of where it should be. Okay, that looks all right. Still have that twisty bundle in about the same position. How do those pickup runs look? They look okay, they're coming straight off. Now the pickup switch. Wires come off that side. This thing needs to be oriented differently. So we have this nice piece of wire there. We have a switch that needs to kind of be like this and this. I'm gonna need to unsnare that jack now. Hopefully that happens as easy as getting it on, right? Oh, look at that. Yeah, that was easier. Now I can plug a guitar amp in and figure out which position of the switch is which, bud. All right, this is about the correct orientation of that switch. Let's get the slack out. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. How's the twistifications back here? So I have a feeling I know what was going on here. So you see here, that's the solid wire that connects the bridge and comes all the way over underneath the pickup for some reason. And it is really close to the switch contacts. You can see the switch contact red where it solders on there. And I pulled it a bit taut and adjusted on it, but I believe it's possible that before, see, that solid wire can touch the contacts. Now that's disconnecting the neck right there. Yeah, you see? That is the neck contact. And then if I go this way, that activates the neck. And that solid wire can totally touch the neck. So we just have to make sure this wire is well out of the way. And then we can pull it taut over here. And that should solve the problem. You never know though. How much can that move now? Just gotta squish it down there and make sure it can't touch anything. Alright, now those are the action screws right there. Get that green grime off of it. Looks like battery acid. I guess this guitar wouldn't be afraid of sewer clowns then, maybe? Schmood right out, bud. Schmood right out. So there was some weird thing going on where these pickups were hanging up behind the solid wire. But you know what? Let's not this time. I think maybe it's because they didn't want it flipping around all over the place. Ugh, what are we gonna do about these screws? Gotta be very careful because these screws are so, like, the hole where the screwdriver goes in is so delicate now. Okay, that's gonna be fine. Just douse it. Just douse it, bud. Just douse it. Give it a little bit of lemony fresh scent there. Yeah, we're gonna inspect underneath of the neck pickup just to make sure everything looks good in here. Nothing to see here. No offense to Buddy, but this is like the equivalent of one of those, you know, computers opening up and then it's just like caked with dust. This thing just has like schmoo that won't even clean off anymore. Like there's this streak here. I don't know what this streak is, but it won't clean off. I guess it was something like caustic enough to damage the finish. I feel like I can polish on this all I want and it's not coming clean. Oof. I don't want to mess with this too much. Don't want to screw with his intonation. Mind you, he did hire a setup, so That means I will be checking his intonation. But holy crap, look at this thing. Yeah, I guess this is right by your sweaty palm. It's probably taken a brunt. Is this what they call a stop tailpiece, if I recall correctly? Stop tailpiece. Just stop. Yeah, this thing ain't that bad. The stuff that is bad is not coming off. Let's get our knobs in place. Knobs, bit. Knobs. Ooh, these ones don't go to 11, do they? You know what? I'd actually be somewhat proud to have a guitar that looks like this. It means it's been played. You know, that's one of the rules of vintage gear. If you find an old guitar and it's still in great condition, then chances are that means it wasn't a very good player. But if you find a vintage guitar and it's all beat up and worn out, that's because it probably played real well. And it got played a lot. And this guitar definitely looks like it's been played a lot. It might be due to some ret work. He mentioned he was getting a bit of buzz, and I told him, well, I can't really fix buzz if it's a fret issue. I don't do fret work. Actually, yeah. It sounds like there's a bit more there on the neck now. He also mentioned sudden movements. Not to sound like a witch or anything, but I swear you can feel other people's energies in their guitars. When you take a guitar that someone's played a lot, and then I play it, I swear like there's just like this mojo there that I don't have on my own guitars. Well, not to say that I don't have mojo on my own guitars, but it's my own. But then sometimes I find when I'm playing someone else's guitar, these riffs that are uncharacteristic of myself come out of me. Like there's just something new there, something different. That's interesting. That's interesting. Certainly, if one believes in witchcraft, they could say that this is a talisman that's been much charged with his energies, especially after all the hours that he's played it. So I gotta stop flinging my cable over the amp like that, or I'm gonna smash my damn tubes.